All right, welcome back after that insightful kind of discussion between radio and television. Now, it was all about Chan, so Chan Eco KBC. Now, let's come back and talk about safety. When it's come to road safety, all of us, at some point, we have been a victim of road safety, either directly or through proxies or through people that we know. And road safety, as you can see, it's about Usalama, Barabarani, that we really need to be, drumming up that support and that awareness across the country for a very long time, because that is the only way that we'll get it right. Road fatalities in the country is still skyrocketing, and the only way to do it and to stop it is by creating that awareness, starting with us right here. In studio, I'm joined by Samuel Musumba, who is the Road Safety Manager at the National Transport and Safety Authority, that is NTSA. Good morning, Samuel.
Good morning.
Usalama Barabarani.
Nice to have me here.
Karibu sana.
Yeah.
Are we safe on the road? Let me just start by asking you that question. I know it's on the farthest end of the interview, but are we safe?
I would say we are not safe. In fact, as a country, we're at a crossroad right now. This way you say Njia Panda.
Njia Panda, right.
And anytime you're on Njia Panda, you don't know whether to go right, to go left.
Yes.
And I say this really with a lot of emotion, because the things that we see on our roads, and particularly coming from what majority of us Kenyans are doing on those roads, the behavior we have, has led to deaths, injuries. We have actually so many burials, you know, as we speak, going on in the country just because of what we would have avoided on our roads. As per the end of last year, we had lost 4,798 people. And I'll tell you that is a huge number.
4,798.
And that is minus, you know, the injuries, those who go to hospitals, who are again over 20 plus thousands, who sometimes end up now also as, fatalities. And if you look at that information and you ask yourself, who has died? Because when we are alive, sometimes we think nobody has died. And you look around and say, who has died? But I will tell you that road deaths are not sparing anyone. Our numbers show from pedestrians who are walking, drivers, passengers, border guys. I mean, it's not sparing anyone at all. And really, it puts us in a very awkward situation. That as we look at the numbers, they seem just to be going up. Very soon, because I was just looking at the data when I was coming here from January to June, we already hit 2,306. Half of the number that we hit by the end of the year. What does that tell you? We still have half a year to go. That kind of trajectory, it's serious. It's a pointer to something that is not just very good.
Okay.
Yes.
What are the biggest contributors? Because I know there has been a bit of concern, either because of reckless driving, drunk driving, but which is, according to your statistics and the records that you have as NTSA, which is the biggest contributor to road fatalities?
Currently, it is the pedestrians, the people who are walking, followed very closely by the motorcyclists. Now, when you look at pedestrians, when I look at the data, last year there were about 1,000, almost 1,779 thereabout, almost just 2,000. Now, pedestrians find themselves in a very awkward situation. They are actually in the middle of human traffic and vehicle traffic conflicts. That's now where they find themselves. They're either being knocked down by a vehicle, knocked down by a border who's just going the wrong direction. So they are always found in a very, that's why we call them very vulnerable road users. You know. But also, you find some of the pedestrians being knocked at places they're not supposed to be crossing from. Like, for example, under a footbridge. How would you find yourself there? How would you be knocked there? Close to where we are here, the Thika Road, right where we are here. You just find somebody has been knocked in the middle of nowhere. That means he was crossing at the wrong places. But be as it may, then you realize that we're all vulnerable because we all walk. I mean, so to speak. So then the caution should go to even the drivers. You look out, there could be a pedestrian crossing. Just look out. Let's not condemn them and say, yeah, no, but they were crossing at a wrong place. So I knocked him because he was crossing at the wrong place. That should not be an excuse at all. Nobody should die. But also, those of us who are walking, just look out for, again, these vehicles. Because as I said, they find themselves in a mix of a conflict. You know, speeding vehicles, speeding motorcycles.
Yeah.
So then that means that you have to be very careful. In fact, more than anybody else. Look out for a motorcycle, look out for a vehicle. But some of us sometimes walk and say...
Where is the biggest responsibility, the pedestrian or the motorist?
Both. Both. Because if I'm driving, I should look out for something may come up. And in this country, let's be alert to that. Let's be alive to that, that somebody may cross.
Yeah.
A child may cross. A Buddha may just cross. Can we be just on the lookout? So really, for me, it is both of us are to blame here. I mean, me, I'm walking. How am I walking? Am I looking on the right, on my left? These are basic principles of walking. Am I aware that there could be a speeding vehicle coming? I'm crossing at point A. For example, I don't take a footbridge, but I'm crossing, say, the thick road, for example. I think I should be more careful. I have to look at how are these vehicles moving? What is the speed of these vehicles?
Yeah.
Am I able to discern that? But also we have very other vulnerable group, the children, who are also now finding themselves also being knocked in these spaces. Now, for the children, honestly, we have to forgive them.
Yeah.
They are small. They cannot judge speed like you and me we can judge. A child cannot tell that vehicle is speeding or what type of vehicle that is. So, another we say, as drivers, we just look out. That could be somebody now who is crossing.
Yeah.
Small as he is, you can't see him. So can we be able to just look out?
And be a bit extra careful on the road.
Just being careful. I think that is the level.
Yeah. When you look at the fatalities graph, is it growing? Is it going flat? Or is there a dip on that graph? Based on the figures that you've given me.
We did an analysis of the last 14 years that we were able to get this information.
Yeah.
Back in time. I will tell you that the only time we ever came a little bit lower than 3,000 was around 2014.
2014.
Around there.
Okay.
And it was not even lower because it was about like 2,904 deaths, just lower than 3,000. The rest of the years have maintained an over 3,000 deaths. It has been
despite the consistent campaigns by NTSA.
It has been record.
Yeah.
Now it has even gone further to over 4,000. From 3,000, it has now skyrocketed to over 4,000. That tells you quite a number of things. Fine. We agree that there has been improvement in roads. A number of paved roads, not many.
That's what I wanted to come to.
Yeah.
Because when you talk about 2010, 2011, 13, thereabout, we didn't have good roads.
No, they were not very good roads.
But then now we have good roads and we have got new cars.
Things are just now...
Exactly. So who takes the biggest responsibility? Because when you have good roads, that's an infrastructure which is very important. But then now, you are responsible to give me that license, telling me, Victor, you are good to go. Please go and drive. So who takes the other side of the responsibility?
I will tell you, Victor, 90% of our problems is ourselves. Is that road outside there, or where you've parked your car, it's not moving, right?
Yeah.
Will it kill someone?
No, it's not a danger to anybody.
It's not a danger to anyone.
Right.
That road, just the way it is there, even the road just close to us here, outside here, it has no problem. But it has a story. It will tell you, if you don't use me well, I'll kill you. That car of yours parked out there, it has just its own story, quietly stood there. But the moment you get in, tells you, hey, have you fastened your seatbelt? What speed are you hitting me at? You know. So for me, it is, or for us as NTSA, when we look at all this data, we see an element of just our behavior in that space. Honestly, we blame our behavior.
Yeah.
Why would I speed at a distance of 50 kilometers, then I do 100?
Okay.
Look at our newest road. A good example, the expressway. The expressway, the designers put 80 kilometers per hour. And these designers, that's science. You know, speed is science. They knew very well that if you're coming from Waiyaki Way to Mlolongo and you are up there, if you are doing a range within 40 to 50, 60, up to 80, you will be way ahead of anyone who is down here. By all means, you will be far. You will hit Mlolongo faster than this guy down here, even if you just do 40. Even if you just did 30,
yeah,
you'll be ahead of those guys. But what do we see on the expressway? 120, 140. You know, somebody even did 180. We would be on the expressway had fatalities. People have crashed. And you wonder, really, now, how do we do that? We even were proposing, can you put bumps on the expressway? Because from the look of things, we cannot manage ourselves in that space. So really, a lot has to do with what is our attitude on the road? The law is there. But then what is our attitude? I've just bought a new car. Is that a warrant for me to speed?
Yeah.
Is that a warrant for me to do funny things on that road? You know.
All right.
So really,
it goes back to personal responsibility.
Yes.
So NTSA, you've been running a campaign called Usalama Barabarani, and in partnership with the EU for 5 years now. How has it been?
It's quite been a journey, and a good one, I would say. And really thank our partners, EU, for really that kind of support. This particular project came in to address some of the issues now we are talking about. Unfortunately, of course, it was a pilot project for 6 counties, because they wanted to see, can you demonstrate results in 6 counties, then now replicate to the rest of the 41 counties. So the 3.5 years or 4 years, we were doing Makueni, Nairobi, Kericho, Kakamega, Kisumu, Nakuru counties. Now the focus was on, 1, to develop a relationship with the county governments. So that we see that road safety is just not at the national level, but are we also able to bring in the county government? Devolve it. Yes. Because transport is also partly devolved, you know. So that if we are talking about border issues, what should the counties be able to do? We are talking about children's safety, we are talking about, you know, the entire public, then what the counties should also contribute. Within that campaign, we were able to establish what we call county transport and safety committees. Now, these are constitutional committees which are supposed to be there to form that link between national government and complement each other and then work out on county-specific issues.
Yes.
I'll tell you, Victor, like a border issue is actually a county issue. The counties are the ones supposed to give them drop-off points, pick-up points, operating hours. It's a county issue. It's just not a national, you know, issue. Then part of that project also, we were able to do a lot of public education programs. You know, everywhere we went, all the way mashinani. And I will tell you that the level of awareness in terms of safety, I don't think no Kenyan should lie that they have not heard anything about safety. No Kenyan should lie that they don't know about the traffic law and all that. That really has been, you know, out there. We reached out to schools, we reached out to those markets, you know, everywhere. Yeah. Part of that project also was to undertake what we call road safety audits. We don't construct roads ourselves. But once a road has been done and it has issues, we always come in to look at, we plug in like a software. We look at, did it meet the standards of safety? You know, are there issues that need to be addressed? Do they need signage, for example? Are there rumble strips, bumps that needs to be put somewhere? So part of that project was actually to look at those roads, the high-risk roads in those locations. Part of that project also was now to look at issues driving. One of the things that we're really focusing on, Vic, in this country is to professionalize driving. We want to move away from that old narrative of driving was meant for failures.
Yes.
You know, when we were growing up, any child who failed KCPE, KC, whatever, peleke pale ajifundishe kuendesha gari. And perhaps that explains the problem sometimes we have on our roads. Because if you condemn me to something, then I become like the black sheep in the home.
Absolutely.
So if I go to that road, I'm this black sheep. Hata nyumbani hawanipendi. I'm a failure.
But do people really understand that driving is a career?
It is a career.
It is a career.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, people are earning from driving. It is a career.
Even here where you work, the people who've retired
as drivers.
As drivers, yes. I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How many bus drivers, matatu drivers have taken their children to school, have, taken people all over. So why would you condemn it to look like it's meant for failures?
Yeah.
So we really want to professionalize that. And part of the things that now we are doing, and which was part of that project, Usalama Barabarani project, was to ensure that then we improve the training, we improve the testing. We are now to a level
to the drivers.
To the drivers.
Okay.
We're actually now even introducing centers of excellence, where today if you go for your driver test, you will do an exam, a serious exam, in fact, written exam. You will not go through those, corners. No, written exam. Write for us this and that. We're even moving now to automating that exam. That week you come to this center and just sit behind a computer, answer your questions, and, we'll mark you by that.
I get it.
The system marks you.
Yeah.
And then simulating even the roads. We want to move away from that old table where you are told, Songesha Igari from here to there. There are no such kind of superficial roads. A road without a border, a road without a bump, how? And then you just move the vehicle like a toy somewhere. That one is not very realistic.
Okay.
So we will simulate these roads, and then you sit behind a simulator. We tell you, take this vehicle from Langata, come and park it at Kencom. Here, let's go.
Do you have a simulator in Nairobi?
Oh yes, our centers now are picking up that.
Okay.
Yes.
That would be interesting. I think I would be part of it. I would really.
Interesting. Please go for your refresher.
There's a road safety curriculum just about to be launched by KICD. And it's one of the biggest milestones by EU and NTSA. I really want you to talk to me about that partnership and how it's faring. Yeah.
Actually, part of that project was now introduce road safety in schools. I think for a long time, you and me went to school. The only time that you ever learned about safety was when that teacher of yours told you, look right, left, right. My teacher would say, chomoka.
Yes, left again.
Good for you.
If the road is clear, cross.
And sometimes you are told later, chomoka to, find your way there. And that meant so much. Because the only other time that you come to interact with road safety was now when you go to a driving school. But now come in this project, and we were able to, we thank the Ministry of Education to have accepted road safety to be part of the curriculum, the KBC curriculum. Now, we've partnered with the KICD, which is under the Ministry of Education, because they are the experts in curriculum development.
Yeah.
And that curriculum, I'll tell you, Vic, is so progressive, is so good, from grade 1 all the way going up to grade 12. And you can imagine, it's now been introduced as a subject.
And the books are out already?
Oh, things are there. They have already been put in the syllabus, What we tried to avoid was to make it an examinable subject.
All right.
Because the danger to an examinable subject, if I fail, forever and ever.
Yes, you'll never find yourself on the road. I think
I'll not even like it.
Yeah.
But now this is it's among the cross-cutting and pertinent issues. More of a life skill. You grow with it. So we'll be launching this curriculum come the 5th of next month.
Great.
But importantly, we are seeing a future where we have safer citizens. Children are also behavior change agents. Today, if your daughter, your son told you, Daddy, don't drive while you're on phone. Of course, they will tell you teacher said. Then they believe teacher is
teacher is the alpha and omega.
And omega. Teacher said, please don't do this. You will actually be so bad, a very bad parent, not to obey that voice. Daddy, umekunywa soda kali. We cheat them that this soda kali when it is pombe. Umekunywa soda kali, don't drive. That kind of thing. You'll actually feel something, and you will not be able to do that. So we see a future where even as adults who have been so difficult to change, will be changed by our children, our grandchildren, because they're going to learn through this. Progressively want to push it now even to even higher levels, high school. Luckily now grade 9 and 12 is almost a high school level. So we are also looking at now from there, the next levels of education up to university. Are we able to push this into courses that people can now actually learn, at that level?
A great one.
Yes.
Let's talk about the attitude and behaviors on our roads. And the biggest culprit here is the boda operator or boda operators in the country. We've seen a number of fatalities happening because of one mistake or another. In fact, according to me, an accident happens because someone else's mistake. All right? Why is boda a very big, in sharp focus, from the NTSA's perspective, and why?
For us, it's a sector which is very important. Let's start from there. Very, very important. I'll tell you, Victor, this is a sector that is now employing over 3 million youths in this country. And if you look at the earnings from that sector, because our registration now is really going so up, earnings from this sector, we're just doing some simple mathematics. Nairobi, for example, this guy takes a trip, takes you from town to Upper Hill, the other side. You pay 200. He does 10 trips. That's how much?
Just 1,000 bob. 2,000.
2,000 shillings.
Yes.
Me and you can't earn that kind of money within that short period. True or false? True. Because as we live from Taremoja to Taremoja, or even beyond, we'd not earn that kind of money in those minutes. That guy can do that in minutes. So in a day, if he does those 10 trips, 2,000, times the number of days, 5 days, times 360 days in a year, times now the 3 million guys, you're talking up to a whooping 200 billion shillings. Can you imagine? People don't know that. 200 B, like this on the table.
Wow.
Is that a sector you want to wish away? The answer is no.
Then you have a lot of work to do as NTSA to professionalize the sector.
Absolutely. Because we can't wish away that kind of money, that kind of contribution.
All right.
Look at how many livelihoods depend on that, so many. But now the focus, why is also our focus there? It is the outcome of their behavior on the roads. Majority of them are not trained. They hit the road without any training, as long as I know how to handle a motorbike. They don't have an insurance cover. They don't use helmets. So they end up now, into those accidents. They end up dying. So many are injured now in hospitals and all that. And that's why the numbers, as you saw, motorcycles actually number 2 to the pedestrians, in terms of deaths. So that is really a concern for us and really a focus for us.
We need to have that attitude change.
Absolutely.
Your final words, because this is very important for the country. That is your camera 2 in 10 seconds. Can you?
Mine is to really urge Kenyans to be careful on our roads. And we are saying this very sentimentally. We are saying this because as a country we are now at a crossroad. When we look at the number of deaths on our roads, just because of unavoidable behavior on our roads, really it's so worrying. If you look at a number of 4,798 lives lost in 1 year and over 20+ thousands of injuries, then as a country, things are just not working right. But if you look at these numbers, they're coming because of just our behavior, nothing rocket science. Why would you speed when you're not supposed to speed? Why would you drink and drive? Why would you not belt up, for example? Look out for other road users. There's a group of road users who are so vulnerable in this country. Pedestrians, and all of us are pedestrians. They are dying en masse. I mean, look out for a pedestrian. He could be crossing or she could be crossing a road somewhere. Please look out for someone. A child could be crossing that road. Look out for someone. So it's all about our attitude. It's all about respect for life. The law is there, yes, but your attitude and respect for life really matters a lot. Just be careful on the road.
Thank you very much. Just be careful on the road. I think that's a better way to wrap it up. I think people should know that driving is an art, a skill, and people should just enjoy.
Absolutely.
All right, enjoy. Whenever you're on the wheels, please, let's be careful. And I always remind people, better be late than be
Absolutely.
the late.
Be the late.
All right. Thank you, Samuel Musumba, who is a road safety manager at the National Transport and Safety Authority, NTSA. Asante sana. The campaign is about Usalama Barabarani, and let's keep safe on our Kenya roads. And we're going to see another day. That's where we wrap it up. We are taking a break, and Vivian is up next. Stay with us.